This tutorial covers the ShareMyToolbox dashboard on mobile devices. At the conclusion, you should have a good understanding of My Tools versus Connections tools, color coding throughout the product, the quick access side menu, notifications, how to search for tools, and the differences between the mobile platforms. In this particular tutorial, there are very few differences between the iPhone and Android devices, however, both will be shown here. The dashboard is a quick and easy way to get a snapshot into your database of personal tools, as well as anyone you're connected with, such as friends, family, in this example, a construction company and an employee. The dashboard can be broken down into 4 components: navigation icons at the top, a section for my Connections tools, a section for my personal tools, and in-app notifications at the bottom. The icon at the top left is a menu icon which gives you one-click access to most functions from anywhere in the app. You can either click on it or you can swipe. It's hard to see it on the tutorial here, but swiping from left to right will access the menu. The magnifying glass at the top right is a global search icon. Pressing this icon takes you to a search screen where you can type a text string to search anywhere on the tool record for matching terms. When I type drill, for example, all tools containing that item are returned regardless of status. Note that there are many yellow color-coded items indicating they are mine and available, some that are green meaning loaned out, and one that's gray, that means it's marked unavailable or it's a connections tool that's loaned out to someone else. To go back, you can hit cancel, or in the case of an Android device, you can also hit the back button. Now let's look at the My Connections section. On the left device, clicking on the small yellow people icon in the center shows a list of My Connections. Generally, in this case, employees for a construction company. On the right device, clicking on the Connections icon shows the employee is the only one connected in this case. To go back, we're going to click the dashboard icon at the top left, or on the Android device, you can also click the back button again. The remaining circles are color-coded according to tool statuses. The color coding flows throughout the system on all tool views. The blue circle at the top indicates the number of tools available that are owned by My Connections. The red circle indicates the number of tools I've borrowed from My Connections. Note, for a contractor this number will generally be 0, but for an employee there could be quite a few, like in the example on the right, employee Donald has borrowed 22 tools from its employer. The gray circle represents either Connections tools that have been loaned out or have been marked unavailable due to one reason or another, possibly broken or under repair. At the bottom in the My Tools section, this shows everything that the current user owns. The gray circle represents tools that I have marked unavailable or tools that were set up as non-shared. There is a major difference between the two. Unavailable will appear to Connections as gray, but non-shared will be visible to no one except the tool owner. The big yellow circle represents my personal tools that are available, and the green circle represents any tools that I've loaned to My Connections. The nice thing about the dashboard also is that it gives you quick access to all your tools by that status. If I click on 51 that are loaned out on the left device, that'll take me to a tool summary view just for those tools with that status, so I can quickly scan through there. You also have another search option on each one of these tool views. A little bit different than the other search option. This one is more of a best fit search. If I just type drill, it sort of functions the same way. It'll go search anywhere on the tool record for drill, not just in the title. Whereas on the global search, you have some active filters that you can apply, such as manufacturer, and that will be expanded in the near future. Now let's compare the two dashboards displayed. The construction company's blue circle shows one available tool, which corresponds to the employee's one available tool. So the one at the top left corresponds to the one at the bottom right. Note that if other employees had entered personal tools, the blue circle would show a different number, but they agree in this example. So only one employee out of numerous has keyed in a personal tool. So for the construction company, that's why they agree. The construction company's tools at the bottom, one available, 157, or one unavailable, 157 available, and 51 loaned out, correspond to the employee's connections tools at the top. Note the 22 plus the 30 for Donald on the right equals the 1 plus the 51 on the bottom left. So 52 tools are loaned out or unavailable from both perspectives. These numbers agree since the employee is only connected to the company. If the employee was connected to several other people, such as friends, families, and neighbors, and Donald had borrowed tools from them, then it would be the 22 that he had borrowed from the company plus however many he's borrowed from somewhere else. We've kept it simple in this case so that you can see the comparisons between the dashboards, however. The last section of the dashboard at the bottom is for in-app notifications. There are two types of notifications: tool notifications and connection invitations. We'll take a look at employee Donald since he has one outstanding. Note that some notifications require action, such as accepting or rejecting a tool request, while others are informational only, like a tool has been returned. In this example, the employee has an outstanding tool loan request. Now in this tutorial, this is one of the only places where there's a little bit of difference between the two. And on an iPhone, there will be an accept and reject button at the bottom of the message, whereas on the Android device, you will click the message and it will pop up with an accept or decline. So that's the only difference in this tutorial.